What's up, everyone? Welcome to the live. Hey, I'm Krishan. Uh, this is another episode of Under a Thousand Pod. If this is your first time listening, this is a podcast where I bring other YouTube reptile enthusiasts, hobbyists, and breeders on, and we talk to them, get to know them a little bit better, ask about their YouTube journey, ask about a little bit of their reptile journey, get to know a little more about them just so you guys can go check out their channel and maybe become fans of them as well. And if you're already fans, maybe learn a little more about them. But for me, it's a great way for me to get involved in the community, make friends, because I'm an introvert, and this podcast has let me be able to meet so many people within the community and just growing together with everybody. Amazing. I've met so many cool people, so many nice friends. Some are going to be lifelong friends at this point. But yeah, this is a podcast where that happens, and we do it live, so most of the time. I am thinking about doing pre-recorded shows in season 3, which is next year, which is in like 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Just so I can have some Fridays back and maybe go out with the wife for a little dinner or something, a little romantic dinner or something. But probably we'll be doing like maybe one live one Friday, pre-recorded live the next Friday, and then a live the third Friday. You know what I mean? Just every other one will be a pre-recorded, doing that way. As you can tell, I am stalling because my guest had something come up and they got a little late at work, so we're trying to see if we can get them in here a little later. So I'm stalling for you guys. But DW Exotic, just up, thanks for coming through, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, I didn't even click you on the screen. Let me click you on the screen. Yes, but we're working on getting our guests in here when they can. So bear with me, guys, because this is live. Sometimes this happens. But while we wait for that guest, you know what it's time for. It's time to say thank you to the sponsor of this episode. So let's go ahead and do that.
This episode sponsored by B&S Reptilia. They were established in 2013. Chris, great guy. Met him through Jeremy. I can say we're friends. He's a great guy, knowledgeable about animals. He's been breeding for 9 to 10 years, and he is doing some amazing stuff with a lot of different animals. Of course, you know Chris is working with ball pythons. Who isn't working with ball pythons? But it's hatching season right now, so Chris has got some amazing ball pythons out there. Definitely go check those out. He also works with northern pine snakes, Mexican black snakes, blood pythons, green tree pythons, just to name a few of the other species he has in his collection. Oh, yes, he breeds rats as well. So if you're in the eastern PA surrounding area, if you need rats, Chris is the guy you need to talk to. He's at live and frozen. On top of that, he carries the chipper and the Coco to go. He's a distributor. He's a PA distributor for both. So if you need a rat, a snake, or some cocoa bedding, Chris is the guy to go to. Definitely go find B&S Reptilias on their Instagram. They're on Morph Market and they're on Facebook. We're working on trying to get them on YouTube. Come on, Chris. When you're ready to do YouTube, let me know. You know I'm trying to get you there. But yeah, check out Chris. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, Chris. Appreciate it so much. He has some animals you definitely want to see.
Thanks again, Chris, for sponsoring this episode. Greatly appreciate it. Definitely go check him out. If you're in the PA area, definitely look him up for that Coco to go, the chipper, and for your rat needs. He does breed rats, so if you need rats, that's the guy you want to know in the PA. Ooh, that rhymes. Yeah. So guys, so we're gonna kill time, and the best way to do that, we're gonna talk about. I had this idea of how I would start my collection over, the way I would start it. So I figured let's talk about that. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, you got comments there, hit them in there. So 843 Exotics, what's up? Thanks for coming through. So I really did think about this, like how would I start my collection differently from what I know now with the few years of me breeding experience. How would I start it? Of course, first things first, I would buy visual recessive females first. Um, Most likely clowns, pieds, albinos, lavender albinos, ultra male most likely. Some of them have a couple codons in there, and that would be the first year by some really decent visuals, some hets, visual and het females to start out the first year. Grow those girls up, and then in a year and a half, start looking for my powerhouse males. What's up, M Tip Reptile? Thanks for coming through. Just so you know, if you just came in, we are waiting for our guests. They had something come up, so they had got home a little later than they thought they were. We're waiting for them to see if they jump in. So we're gonna kill some time right now. But I'm talking about how I would have started my collection over if I had that choice. Which technically I still can. I can just sell everything and start all over. That is, I don't know if I would be able to do that. Which technically I slightly did a little bit. I did sell like everything but like five snakes, and then kind of started rebuilding. I was gonna get out of ball pythons, well, get out of breeding ball pythons. I was gonna still keep them, but that's what I was doing. But what would be the first males I would get after a year and a half of already having, you know, females that have already brought visual. If I could afford it, double visual female, one or two. I would focus on, clearly clown, pied, lavender albino, and albino projects. Desert ghost too. That would be a pretty penny though. But those would be like the five recessives I would focus on in the beginning. That would be my base right there. And then I would get, if the money was there, either get visual het, a visual het codon male, or a triple het codon male to be able to breed him to multiple females to be able to produce different stuff, but still get the chances of having, other hets in there. Especially since we have the genetic testing, which is a good and a bad thing. If you didn't see Herb Collector's live last night, he had RCR on, and they talked about the good and the bad about genetic testing, which I kind of agree with him a lot of it. It is gonna make the market go down, but that is the bad side of it. It is going to help people move through projects a little easier, um, and be able to keep us making amazing animals, even though we still are still making amazing animals right now. Um, I know I had some question for myself. Um, so that's what I would do if I started over, um, my collection as of today. And slowly start building, adding. I would definitely get more darker genes, Wookie, Blackhead. I'm really interested in acid. I like acid, like what it does. But yeah, that would be definitely something I would grab. So let's talk about two of the favorite reptiles in my collection as of right now. Um, whew. So as we know, I did produce. Let's see, is this one? Yeah, it is. Ooh, he's getting heavy, bud. So one of my favorite ones is a boy I produced, and it's a little more sentimental of a reason why I like him. Uh, oh, I got a text message from somebody else. Sorry. Um, so clearly, Cyclops. You guys can't see him that well because it's so bright in here. We're gonna turn some of these lights off. Hopefully that helps. So Cyclops, my albino clown male. Super excited I produced him. It took quite a while to produce, and the fact that he has one eye makes it even more special. Um, but yeah, got this guy. Been trying to produce albino clowns for going on 5 years. Uh, so it was a challenge. It was a challenge to produce him. So that's why he's one of my favorites right now. Technically, he won't be the favorite for long because if you watch the video yesterday, I just produced a. We're gonna pull him out. That guy is super nice. He's still in the incubator, so we're gonna try to do this without knocking stuff down. I'm gonna have to move this mic a little bit. Probably just take off the headphones. That'd be smarter. So I'm not listening to anybody. So hold on. What's up, Marcus? Thanks for coming through. Keepers Kane, hey, how you doing? Maybe I don't know much about snakes, but I'm jumping out the guess. Hey, if you want to, I can send you it, and I can send you it right quick if you want to. That's cool. Mike, what's up? Thanks for coming through. We were just talking about you. Just talking about you. So give me a second, Marcus. Let me see how I can. What is it? Oh, okay. Never mind. I got another message from somebody else. Let me see. Sorry, guys. This is live, so it's a little weird. Um, I just texted it to you, Marcus. So I don't know if you needed it a different way, let me know. Um, but this guy is gonna become my new favorite. This is the albino inchy clown that I just produced. This guy is super nice. Super nice. I was hoping, trying to block the light. We're just gonna turn the light that way. Maybe that'll help. I don't want it to fall. Okay, let's see. Nope, nowhere near as good. So you need light. Okay, maybe that. There, let's see. Still can't see him that well. Sucks. So we're gonna bring my friend on. Marcus, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Sammy?
What's up? What's up? Um, this is Marcus. This is one of my good friends. Play basketball, hang out. He watches the show, supports. So, Marcus, so you don't know too much about snakes. What's a question that you've always wanted to ask me about my ball python that you never asked?
Let's see. Um, you know, as much as we talk, I've never really asked you how you really got into snakes and what made you started your collection.
Oh, that is actually a good question. That is actually a good question. Let me put this guy back, which is one of my favorites now. Uh, so what got me into particularly ball pythons and breeding them. Um, so as you know, we as black guys, um, and black parents, my mom was like, I can't have any snakes.
Right.
Nothing with no legs. I had I had lizards, I had turtles, um, I had something else, um, water dragons, which are technically lizards too. So I had multiple different reptiles, but I always wanted a snake. But
Okay.
I couldn't get one until I moved out of my mom's house and
Yeah.
finally was able to get one.
Yeah.
And
I don't mean to cut you off, but I know your mom. She definitely wasn't going for that.
she wasn't okay with it. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for coming through. Hey, Tammy. Thanks for coming through. Um, yeah. So if you guys didn't know, Red Zone Reptiles got had a situation at work, so it kept him a little later than usual. We're killing time to see until he get on. Waiting to hear back if he can still get on tonight. But the show still kind of goes on. If we can get him on, we'll have him pop in, ask him a couple questions real quick. Right now, I'm on with one of my friends. This is Marcus. We went to high school together, played basketball all the time. One of my good friends who actually supports the channel. I just want to say thank you for that. You always trying to jump in and watching it. I do appreciate that, man.
Hey, I try, bro. You know, I have date nights with the girl on Friday, so
True,
sometimes
true,
I
true.
got I got to tell her thank you because sometimes she just let me pull up the stream while we on date night, and she don't
Okay,
fuss too much. So
okay. I gotta tell Lynn thanks for that. I gotta tell Lynn thanks for that. What's up, Dominique? Thanks for coming through. Uh, I was lucky my mother let me have a snake after my parents divorced. My father was the animal person, except he doesn't like cats. I'm not a fan of cats either.
yeah, that
I
sounds like my
get,
mom.
I understand cats. I get it. I don't trust cats. I should say. I don't trust them. They feel like they're always up to something to me. I don't know
Right?
why.
They're like sneaky creatures. Like they go off
That's
and
how
do
I
their own
feel.
thing. Then they come up and they devious and they just knock stuff off the counter. Just be doing things and be doing stuff.
True, true. But back to your question, how did I get into it? So once I did move out, I started learning about snakes and trying to figure out which ones I wanted. And uh, funny enough, the first snake, did she buy it? I think TT actually bought my first snake, if I
Oh, okay.
remember correctly. Maybe, yeah. I think she bought my first ball python. My now wife, who was my girlfriend at that time, bought my first snake, and I blame her for this because that's where I fell in love with snakes and learning about them, learning how to breed and all that. Got me fascinated to where it went from one snake to like 15, like
Wow.
over what, maybe 6, 7 months. And then she started having a lot of questions, like, "What are we doing with this?" um, but yeah, that was kind of how I started into the snakes and whatnot.
Okay.
Um, Same with my mom has not really had. Hey, I mean, sometimes you gotta deal with that when you live under your parents' house. You gotta deal with it. It happens. It happens. Oh look, hey, what's up, Lynn? How you doing? Thank you for letting me pull up the stream. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm not getting any fish tanks. What fish tanks? Oh, so when I first started, I did have like fish tanks, 100%. I had they technically they're reptile tanks, but they're fish tanks. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
What do you say? I'm going herping in a while. I'm at work. Laugh, really. That's James. That's my guy at work. He has snakes too. He's getting a lot of snakes. He actually, James, did you film that? Because he actually cut a clutch today. And he was supposed to film it. We were trying to do it live too. We were going to get him on a live, but James,
Pretty
did you
cool.
film that? I'm always trying to get him to make sure he films stuff for his YouTube channel. Yes, cats are jerks. They are jerks. They can be lovable. I'm not trying to be mean to the cat people. They can be lovable at times, but they can be jerks. They really don't care if you're there.
I really don't.
You have
side,
4 cats? 4.
side note, I just saw this video the other day where this cat attacked his dog and like kind of choke
Oh,
slammed
I
the
seen
dog.
that one.
Yeah.
I seen that. They put wrestling music to it. That was hilarious.
Oh
That
god.
was hilarious. Um, I knew I was gonna ask myself something else. So I'm trying to. This is. Hey, you guys, stop fighting. So we can talk about this a little bit. So I actually have found a new editor to start using because I was worried about the editor I do use. If something happened to it, they took it down to where I couldn't use it. So this new editor I'm using is called. What is it called? I think I've talked about it. One second. CapCut. I found it on TikTok. Seen a lot of people using it on TikTok. It is pretty easy to use. It does have like a watermark, but you can kind of get around that. But it's pretty easy to use. It's got a lot of features that are free. I think they have a paid version. I haven't looked too deep into it, but it is pretty user friendly. Not too difficult at all. It'd be something I think people would be able to pick up a little easier. If you're looking for a free editor, CapCut, definitely look into that. I would definitely check that out. So Marcus, what is a question about my YouTube channel that you kind of always wondered or might have?
Okay, your YouTube channel. Um, actually, like, what made you actually? Yeah, actually, what made you decide to start this channel? Like, what gave you the idea to do under 1,000 podcasts?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So it started out. I'm gonna be very honest. It started out with me trying to figure out a way to make more content throughout the
Okay.
week. Honestly, and I had seen a couple of different people do lives. I've seen people do group lives. People do interview lives. I've done like egg cutting lives, stuff like that. And I was like, I want to do a live, but I was also terrified of being live because you kind of can't mess up, or you will mess up, and it's right there. You can't edit that out. It's right there in
Hmm.
your face. So like, there was a point in time where I started to, in my videos, when I shot my regular videos, I just would shoot it, and whatever I said, unless it was just super offensive or just totally ridiculous, and I was like, I can't have that on the internet forever. I would just leave it in. So that
Yeah.
got me used to understanding like whatever I'm saying, I got to be kind of aware of it and be okay with whatever silliness comes out. Because sometimes you don't pronounce words right. Sometimes you
Hmm.
can't say words right and they just blank out your head.
Hmm.
It got me used to doing that, which prepared me for live. Um, so being that I wanted to do more content, a live is a lot easier to do because you just go live and talk, and I can talk sometimes. I can have fun with people, and I added interviewing somebody because I'm really good with talking with someone,
Hmm.
which sounds ridiculous being that I'm such an introvert. I'm a very weird introvert because I can talk to almost anybody and make that conversation be very interesting, fun, and enjoyable most of the time,
Right.
but I'm not good in crowds. I don't like to be around people. I think of it as I understand people very well, but I really don't like people.
I, see,
Sounds
what?
horrible.
That's why we're friends because we're both the same way. We have that understanding about each other.
Uh, I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. I'm very much okay with being by myself, which I have to learn that I have a wife and kids, which I love being with them. I'm okay
Mhm.
with just sitting with them and hanging out with them. It's the rest of the world. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm
Right.
okay with that. What up, Big E? Thanks for coming through. If you have just came in, our guest for the day had some work stuff, so they might not be able to make it on. My good friend Marcus came on to hang out with us and talk, and we're just kind of talking because the show still has to go on, and we're he's asking me some questions about YouTube and the reptiles. He's not a reptile keeper. He's just one of my good friends that supports the channel, which I definitely appreciate. I'll make sure I say that to you because I know I have a lot of people on my YouTube, my Facebook friend list that I put my channel out there,
Uh,
and they'll pop in maybe once, never see them again.
yeah.
You pop in on a regular basis and try to either say something in chat and communicate with the chat and be a part of it, which I do appreciate it.
Hey,
Um,
hey, I'm just, hey, I'm here for you, bro.
I
You know,
appreciate that.
we look out for each other. I try to
I
support it any
appreciate
way that
that.
I can.
I love that. You actually, so most of you guys don't know. Some of you do know. I used to have another. I still kind of have another channel called Black E Cool, where I talked about like comic book, TV shows, and movies. Review episodes, review movies on there, and talk about news. Had a whole podcast for that. Marcus actually bought some merch that I had put up. Um, he bought some socks, and I didn't know he bought them. And the funny thing is, it's my cartoon face on the socks. So we were playing basketball, and he showed me the socks. I was like, "Why you get those? I mean, I appreciate you getting those. But you can't wear those while you around me. It's weird to see my face."
Yeah, I do because it distracts you while we're playing basketball. So you're like, that's my face.
So you cheating, Marcus? You cheating?
I wish I was at home. If I was at home, I'll pull them out right now so everybody can see them.
Oh wow! What up, Kent? Thanks for coming through. So guys, if you have any other questions for me, or even some questions for Marcus, throw them in the chat. What happened with that? Oh, okay. I'm getting. See, I got this watch, and I'll be getting notification stuff. Footage was almost unusable, so it's going to be cut and pasted. Okay, I understand that. Well, you can make another video of as do like a little peek in the egg what you got over there. But um, Deshaun, what's the name of the other channel? Oh, so the other channel is still on YouTube. You can still find it. It's called Black Geek Cool. Um, yeah, I really like doing it, but it just took a lot of time away from being able to clean snakes and shoot videos. So the little bit of time I have downstairs with the snakes and stuff, I was like I needed to focus on them instead of doing that podcast and making those videos and watching all those movies took time, and I had
Yeah.
to watch them right away so I can put my like review out as fast as possible. So that was killing me on time. So
But I will say in those videos, like when you did those videos, you did very well. Like you broke the movie down. Because
thank
like
you.
I'm not a big, you know me, I don't watch too many movies or Marvel or I'm not into it. But I could watch those videos and have a good understanding of what was happening. So
Okay.
if you can, I think you should drop the link to that channel in this
Okay.
video somewhere.
I should
Let
drop
the
it.
people see it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to because I started to I let some of the nerd of me come out in my snakes when I name them. So that's why I
Mhm.
named them all the comic book anime names and stuff. But I'm gonna drop the link in there. I do miss doing the show. Um, I really do. It was fun. I had
Well,
fun, and it's
like for instance, we was talking about the movie Nope, and it was like as I was watching that movie, I said to my girlfriend, I'm going to talk to Sammy about this movie because there's parts I don't understand, and I know he gets it, and he's going to explain it to me where I can understand. So like
yeah.
I think maybe I'm slightly biased, but I think you do a good job when you do the reviews of the movies.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I dropped the link for. I'm gonna drop the podcast too because I did like a Black E Cool podcast where I talked about the news of comic books and movies for that week and stuff, which I really did love doing that. But that was so hard to keep up with the news. That's really cool. But yeah, check that out if you guys want to. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's why I started. What were we talking about? Well,
Actually,
go
how you
ahead.
like started with a YouTube channel.
Okay, that's what it is. So we'll talk about. So how I started with the Snake channel is I literally just was watching everybody else's snake channels from when I was learning about snakes, learning how to take care of snakes, learning how to breed and all that, watching other people do it. And I didn't see a lot of people that look like me per se doing it. So that was one factor I wanted to, you know, because I know how the few guys I seen like me doing it, it inspired me to want to be out there too. So I wanted to, for one, inspire people to see, like, yeah, I do this too. We in this community as well. But I also wanted to be able to show like what I was doing, the animals I was getting, animals I was producing, which also helped me get into the community, meet more people within the community, and kind of get my name out there in the community as well. And the side note, it was a way to document my journey in ball pythons and breeding them and taking care of animals. Um, and learning too, because a lot of my videos I was like, this is what I would do, and people would hit me up was like, hey, you might want to try this. Try this. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, but try this and see if it doesn't give you a better outcome. It's just a different way to do it. And it was also a source of learning how to be a better keeper or a more responsible keeper, which I really enjoyed. But then once I decided I wanted to breed, it became also a way to market my animals so people can see what I'm producing and be like, you know what? I know he's going to be producing that. I know that's his. I've seen him produce it. I feel a little more trust in him to send him money for that animal now. So it was a multiple facet of things.
Okay.
Uh, but also, it just recently became another maybe a source of income. So if I can start making, I make a little bit money off the sponsorships that I do on my channel,
Uh,
which greatly appreciate if you are a sponsor, if you have sponsored, or if you were thinking about sponsoring any of my videos, let me know. But it does help me fund this stuff because it's not cheap. As we know, ball python breeding is not cheap. Definitely not cheap. But I'm not trying to get rich off of it. Just want to make sure I can produce some cool stuff and take care of it. That's the
yeah.
biggest
All right,
thing.
Sammy, I'm sorry. Our table is ready for dinner, so I'm gonna keep you on, but I gotta step out the room.
No problem, man. No problem. Appreciate you coming on. Definitely appreciate it.
And no problem.
Um,
Thank you for letting me come in on your platform and join you.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. And I know we can't talk about that one, but we're gonna work. I know you want to do something. We talked last week, and I know you want. So I'm gonna talk to you about something I was thinking about doing. But we're gonna talk about that. But thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate it.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
No problem. All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right,
All
peace.
right, take care. Everybody have a good night.
Rob, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Mom, what's up? Thanks for coming through. That's my mom. She supports as well. Thank you, mother. Appreciate it so much. Oh no, I just read the message. That's my son. So my son is on my mom's phone. What's up, Judah? Uh, Judah actually is gonna be on a video pretty soon because he's been asking to be on a video. So we're gonna get him back on. I know a couple people have been asking about him too. Um, what was the first ball python? Oh, so my first ball python. Yeah, I see you spelled your name wrong, Judah. So my first ball python was actually a normal male. Uh, yes, First ball python was a normal male. I had went to the reptile store, and I just fell in love with him because he was like one of the second ones I saw, and I got him. And I had him. His name was Zuku. I had him for I think 5 years, 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer. He was a really cool guy, really cool guy. I'm getting messages over here. Uh, oh, nice. Somebody just told me they got pips on their eggs. Super cool, super cool. Um, yeah, I had him for like 5 or 6 years, and then I gave him to a friend that turned out to not be a great friend, but unfortunately, he died with that friend because I was starting to grow my collection. Um, and I wanted Zuku to have somebody that was wanting to play with him more and want to, have him as a pet and not less necessarily as a breeder per se, if that makes sense. Um, and so, unfortunately, they didn't take as good as care as I thought they were. So Zuku is going. I think I might name another snake Zuku in his memory. But yeah, that was my first ball python. Um, my second snake was actually a green tree python named Aang, who turned out to be a girl. Aang was like, so I went from a ball python as my first snake to a green tree python as my second snake. That's a huge jump in reptile snake wise. Green tree pythons a lot harder to take care of than ball pythons, but once you learn how to get their cage together and all that stuff, they they get a little simpler. But yeah, there are a lot more researches need to be done for them. What's up, David? Thanks for coming through. So before we go on, it is time for tip of the week. If you didn't know, tip of the week is when I put a post on my Facebook or my Instagram, and under that post, all you have to do is put a tip for a comment under that post, a tip for either reptiles, YouTube, or life, whichever tip you would like to. And whichever tip gets the most likes will get featured in the next episode of Under 1,000 Pod, and you will get a shout out on your Instagram on the show, if that makes sense. First, reminder, if you guys are interested in sponsoring this segment, you actually can sponsor Tip of the Week and you'll get your name and logo up there. I think there's something else too, but let me know if you're interested. Hit me up. Links in the description down below. I'll let you know how that works out. But without further ado, let's check out this week's tip of the week.
This week's tip comes from BNS Reptilia. 23 season is upon us. Make sure you have backup males now, not when your first year male doesn't show interest. 100%. I've run into this myself. Always have a backup male for that first time male trying to breed and doesn't breed. You need something. And that's this week's tip of the week.
Yes, Chris, that is a great tip. I actually had that issue this last season. I had my Desert Ghost Butter Spider male, breeder size, ready to breed. Did not breed this season, last season. Paired him with a couple different girls. Never saw a visual lock. I do have like one possible clutch he could have fathered. We'll have to see when we cut those eggs, which will be cut next week probably. Um, I hope he took that clutch, but I had to back that male up with my pied yellow belly het clown boy, Black Panther T'Challa Chadwick Boseman. He got in there. He's a stud. He's been hitting girls all season. So super happy he's doing his thing. Um, uh, yeah. So if you have a first time male, always have a backup male just in case he doesn't do his job. It's a great tip, 100%. Uh, I think I had another question. Um, so let's talk about this. What's a dream reptile I would like to have? So I'm gonna cheat on this one slightly. One of my dream reptiles to have is an Amazon basin. Is it emerald Amazon basin? Which is slightly different than an emerald tree boa because I had an emerald tree boa. I want ones with the diamonds on their back, like real hard diamonds. Um, I would love to get one of those in the future. I would like to breed them too, possibly down that way in the future once we get super established with the ball pythons and they're all good on their own. I would like to try to breed those guys. I think they're super cool looking. I love the way they coil up, and they do give live births, so that would be a whole different new experience. But I know they're not the easiest to breed and successfully breed to where you get babies that thrive. But I would love to try to do that one sometime down the road in my reptile career. But I would definitely love to have one as a pet. Um, cool display animal to have. That would be great to have. I can no department improve mail. Sadly, my biggest fault. Yeah, I mean that is not a bad problem to have. You want to be female heavy. You only need like 2 to 3 males to breed females to. Uh, Remember, males can breed a whole bunch of females. Be safe about it. Don't overwork them, but you can definitely breed them to a lot more females than you can get females to breed to males. If that makes sense. Uh, yeah, they are really cool. They take some time to work with because they're, I won't say cage aggressive, but they're very protective of their area. But once you get them out, work with them a little bit, they can be handleable. Some people just don't like to handle them. I'm okay with handling them. It's your preference, really. What's up, Ron? What's up? How you doing? Thanks for coming through. For anybody recently coming in, our guest had some stuff happen at work, so we're still trying to see if he can make it. Might not be able to make it this episode, so we might have to reschedule him. But we're doing the show anyway, so if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'm just talking about a little bit of my experience, reptiles, YouTube. Had my good friend Marcus come on for a little bit and chit chat with us. He was at dinner, but he came through and hang out with us for a little bit, so greatly appreciate that. But yeah, if you have any questions for me that you've always wanted to ask, it's the perfect time. Side note, I will be at Tinley next week. Super excited for that. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. I'm driving down Monday, so I'll be hanging out. I think I'm going to Derek's place. Go hang out Friday night. Then hang out, talk snakes, all good stuff with the usual suspects. Definitely come hang out with us there. That was going to be a fun time. Um, but I will be at Tinley. So if you're going to Tinley, please come by, come hang out. No, I forgot somebody else came in. There we go. What's up? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, Catch. Uh, yeah, I'll be at Tinley. I'm excited to go. I gotta remember to bring stickers because I forgot to bring stickers last time and hand out to people. But if you see me, please come say hi. Get a picture with me. Come hang out a little bit. Talk to me. I'm gonna do my best to not be in the corner trying to get away from everybody because my anxiety will be high. So many people. So many people. But yeah, definitely excited to go to Tinley this coming next week. Um, so let's look and see what other questions I have up here. I can ask myself that I can kind of, talk about that I haven't talked about. That's the hardest part, finding a question. Oh, maybe I can talk about this. So, what is a tool you would upgrade your YouTube channel with? So, that is a good question. I actually want to get a few things. I want to get one of those ring lights, the circle lights. People say those work a lot good. I do have the softbox light, but I do want to try one of those. I'm also trying to do more shorts. That's not really upgrade, but kind of upgrade my channel, if that makes sense. Try to do more shorts because apparently YouTube is about to start paying people for shorts. So if I can make some shorts, uh, some cool stuff, trying to get on like Antoine's level where he do his reels. I'm trying to get to that level, but I don't be having those good ideas like he do. I gotta work on it. I gotta work on some funny stuff. Um, what's up, Thomas? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Um, but yeah, that's a. I might need to get a new mic, and I want to get um not a new camera, but maybe another camera phone to get different angles. I do want to change up the way I shoot my videos. Not get super artistic, but give it a different look, so you kind of can separate it from kind of some of my old videos um, to the new videos. You know, evolve, change your style a little bit, grow with your abilities. That's the plan down the road. What do you say? You will be there Sunday. Okay, okay, cool, Ron. Definitely be looking for you. Um, favorite two reptiles. Where we learn. Oh, this is a challenge. What is one of your YouTube goals? So, one of my YouTube goals is to get monetized. 100%. I'm actually about 8 to 700 hours of watch time away from being able to be monetized, which is so close, so close. Um, but yeah, that's one of my goals is to monetize the channel, and also to hit 2,000 subscribers. I would like to hit 2,000 subscribers this year. Being we only have 3 months in the year, and I'm like about 600 subscribers away. Don't know if that will happen, but if you guys know 600 people, send them my channel and tell them to hit that subscribe button. Help me out with that. That would be greatly appreciated. But those are two big goals I have for the channel. But always want to entertain, educate as much as possible, and help reach as many people as possible in the community. Not just the immediate community, but the overall community. If you don't know, I do Next Up, where I bring on people who have started their channel, and a lot of those people I found on Instagram, and I talked to them about doing the YouTube channel, just to get more people into one YouTube and the reptile side of YouTube, so they can see it grow. The more people we get into the industry, the more growth we get, the more mainstream we get reptiles to become, the harder it is for them to start to be able to take away our reptiles. You see, they're not taking away dogs and cats. So dogs and cats, mainstream. They're mainstream. Trying to get reptiles to become mainstream, so they're a lot harder to take away and a lot more accepted throughout the world. Um, and we're able to keep the things we love. Um, but we do have to be responsible and not put out things that'll put us in bad lights. Um, I'm not trying to knock anybody for what they do, but just be aware that people can use the stuff you put on the internet against you as well. So just be aware of that. I'm just a small time channel, but I've definitely picked up a few subscribers from shorts. I think shorts are cool, but it's not cool when your favorite channels start doing all the shorts. I totally understand that. I totally understand that. That does make it hard. And I didn't realize shorts could help you grow like that. And then I start seeing people like dedicate more time to shorts and seeing their channel grow from just doing shorts. I was like, okay, maybe this is something I might need to put a little time into. But unfortunately, time is something we all lack at times. So it's hard to keep up with time and have the time to do stuff. Um, do you have a dream pairing or a project you really want to get into? Oh, good question. Good question. Um, so I've been known as the albino guy trying to bring albino back, bring it back. So my dream pairing with albino is going to be like a 4 to 5 gene recessive with some codons into it. So I would love to work on making an albino clown pied genetic stripe. And I was thinking, I don't know how Xanthic makes it into snow and Desert Ghost makes it. I don't know how Desert Ghost and albino react. I haven't seen that, but I would probably want Desert Ghost in there. So albino, clown, pie, G stripe, Desert Ghost, and of course a couple codon sprinkle in there. Most likely either blackhead, G stripe, or blackhead, GHI, or Inchy to be in there, or all three of them to be in there. So like we're talking about a 7 gene animal at this point, um, which is a long road to make. Um, so I'm working on first making albino clown pies first. So I'm working on that. Hopefully next season my male triple head albino clown pie will be up to size to go to my breeder size female triple head albino clown pie. And some way, somehow I get lucky to hit an albino clown pie out of that pairing, which is a hundred. I don't even know the odds on that. I gotta look that up, but I definitely gotta look that up. What up? What up? How you doing? Critical constrictors, how you doing? Probably me one, but only at the end. It's okay. It's okay. Need to go back and watch. I appreciate that. But I've been meaning to contact you because we got to. I want to have you on next up for December, so we got to talk about that. I definitely want to have you. And congrats on your season. You've been hitting some amazing animals, and I'm so excited that you're on YouTube now. I'm so excited. I know I've been talking to you about doing YouTube for a long time, but I'm so excited you're on. And it seems like you're really getting the feel for it. Love it. Definitely love it. But we definitely want to get you on next up very soon. Um, so, guys, before I go, we have to go ahead and say thank you to our sponsors for this episode. So let's go ahead and do that.
This episode sponsored by B&S Reptilia. They were established in 2013. Chris, great guy. Met him through Jeremy. I can say we're friends. He's a great guy, knowledgeable about animals. He's been breeding for 9 to 10 years, and he is doing some amazing stuff with a lot of different animals. Of course, Chris is working with ball pythons. Who isn't working with ball pythons? But it's hatching season right now. So Chris has got some amazing ball pythons out there. Definitely go check those out. He also works with northern pine snakes, Mexican black snakes, blood pythons, green tree pythons, just to name a few of the other species he has in his collection. Oh, yes, he breeds rats as well. So if you're in the eastern PA surrounding area, if you need rats, Chris is the guy you need to talk to. He's have live and frozen. On top of that, he carries the chipper and the Coco to go. He's a distributor. He's a PA distributor for both. So if you need a rat, a snake, or some cocoa bedding, Chris is the guy to go to. Definitely go find B&S Reptilias on their Instagram. They're on Morph Market and they're on Facebook. We're working on trying to get them on YouTube. Come on, Chris. When you're ready to do YouTube, let me know. I'm trying to get you there. But yeah, check out Chris. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, Chris. Appreciate it so much. He has some animals you definitely want to see.
Yes, thanks again, Chris, for sponsoring this episode. Also, thanks for your tip of the week. Greatly appreciated, Chris. Go check out Chris on his Morph Market, his Instagram. Definitely hit him on his Instagram and tell him it's time to start a YouTube channel because he has some amazing animals. He's working with a lot of different species. He's breeding a lot of different species. So, Chris, we need you on YouTube so you can show those off. But thanks again for sponsoring this episode. Yes, definitely go bigger the whole keeper. I'm gonna hit me up on Instagram if you're an Instagram keeper. My links are in the description down below. So I just seen you're kind of still a new YouTube channel. So if you're interested being on Next Up, we'll likely have you on there. It'll probably be 2023 though, because we're kind of booked up until April, maybe even March. But if you're interested, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll probably be hitting you up in a couple of days too, just to double check. But guys, I don't have an Instagram. Okay, hit me up on my Facebook channel. My Facebook. I said Facebook. My Facebook page is gpsnakes on there. Yeah. So, I love you. Okay, cool. See, we're making connections. This is why I do this. So you get together and get to know each other and grow together. But guys, thanks so much. I didn't even highlight what you said all this stuff. Yes, you crazy, and I'm glad you are having fun doing YouTube too. But definitely, guys, thanks for coming along, watching, hanging out. We will get our guest rescheduled, so because I definitely want to talk to him. He has some really cool looking bearded dragons, super bright red, and I want to know how he got them that way. So we'll definitely get to talk to him later at one of these point in time. But thank you guys for coming hanging out with me on this Friday night. If you're done, well, if you're not done for the night, go check out Keys Constrictors Hair Down Fridays. I'm actually about to go jump over there. They have a live going on. Samson has a live going on, and I think Iron Dog will have a live going on later tonight. And Michaela's Farms will have a live going on later tonight as well. So many people you can watch tonight doing lives. Go check them out. Tell them I sent you, or just go hit their like button or hit their subscribe button. And if you're not subscribed to somebody in the chat, go hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it's a way to support somebody else's channel and show the love. So thank you guys for watching. Greatly appreciated. Next episode, I might be doing a live egg cutting Thursday. Maybe. I got to work some stuff out. But if not, I have a new video coming out Thursday, so look out for that. But thank you guys for watching. And if you go to Tinley next week, come say hi. I'll be there. All right, guys. Have a good night and be safe, everybody. Bye. Oh, go tell someone you love them. All right, tell them you like them a lot, but tell them some positive stuff. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.